I've been wanting a knife sharpener set for a while now. I've got the really, like the kitchen one you have where you put it on the table and it's got the little V-shaped thing inside of it, you slide it through there. I found that it really doesn't do a great job, at least the one I have doesn't. It just really, it doesn't work very well. And the angle is set, and if it's a different angle on your knife for the blade, it doesn't really work very well. So, and if your blade's tilted one way or the other, it really doesn't sit in there anyway. So it doesn't really do a good job. So I've got a bunch of knives in the kitchen that are dull, just dull knives. I also have pocket knives. I got all kinds of knives around here that they've gotten to the point they need to be sharpened. So I watched a YouTube channel, I watch him regularly, I watched him for a while, his Project Farm, and he did a review of best knife sharpeners. This was not his number one because the number one ones were like $300 or $400, but this was like the one kind of affordable. It's still expensive, I think, but it's better than the next one down. Was a little smaller of a set, and it worked really well too, but it was cheaper, but you didn't get all the abrasives with it. So anyway, I'll talk about it. I bought this on Amazon. It was $129.95, but it's something you can keep forever, honestly. And you can buy replacement abrasive stones too if you need to replace them, like if you wear one out. So this one is the Work Sharp brand. This one is the Precision Adjust Elite Knife Sharpener, and they also have one that's not the Elite one. They just have the Precision Adjust Knife Sharpener, and it only comes with one of the abrasive things. So let me just open the box. I like the packaging. The packaging is really nice. It's a nice box. It shows you everything you need to know. It tells you everything you're going to get with it. The top opens just like this, and it comes with its own carry case, so which is really nice. Nothing else in the box, that's it. So you get this really nice carry case. It's really, really sturdy too, with the branding on the top. Let's see. And I did watch a couple of videos on how to sharpen it from the company itself. So I've got a kind of an idea of how to use this tool, this set to sharpen a knife, but I'll show that on another video. They just got some packing stuff here, some foam to keep it in place. I like that it's got that little latch in there to keep things holding in place. This little clamp, this is what holds your knife. This is what you put your knife into. It's got a piece of cardboard. They actually say, keep this in there when you're storing it, because there's two little pieces of rubber in there, and you don't want the rubber to touch each other, because if you store it for a little while, it may get gummy, and you don't want it to stick to each other. So put this piece of cardboard in there just to keep it from getting sticky. And then you've got the base. You've got this little piece of little foam to keep it from sliding around. You've got your other piece of the base. Yeah. Gotta push on the table. And the good thing is this pops right back open. If you can get your finger off, there you go. And it pops right back off, and you can store it again. So you're not locked into keeping it like this all the time. This one has an adjustable angle, so you can adjust this up and down for your different angles on your blade. Like kitchen knives are generally about a 17, not always, but generally at 17. So you've got, on this side, it's got 15 to 20. And then, I don't know if you can see it. So on one side you've got 15 to 20, and then the other side you have the individual gradient. So you've got like 16, 17, 18, and 19, and then you've got your big number 20 on this side. So pretty nice. It does pretty decent. It goes all the way from 15 up to 30. So that's your stand, and that's all for this side. And then on your other side, there's like a little pocket, and in the pocket, again, just for packing, they've got this little package, and you also have your instruction book, which I recommend you read through. And inside this, and again, I'm not gonna keep all the packing material. You have your abrasives right here. So you've got, this particular one comes with this leather, like the stropping leather, and it's already got the compound in there, supposedly. It pops right back in. It's actually got room for an extra one, so if you wanted to buy another one from the company, you could buy another one if you want. This one is the mid-level one. It's got these, there's 3 on here, and I wonder how you change it. Like I said, I didn't actually read the directions or anything. Oh, you literally just turn it. So you've got the ceramic, you've got the 800 grit, which is really fun, and you've got 600 grit, which is right here. And these literally just, once you get your angle, let's say I want to do right there, it goes right here in this bottom. I'm putting it in the wrong spot. I'm trying to do it from behind. So you got that, and then adjust your angle to where you can go down to where you want. And you basically mount your knife in here, and then you slide this up and down the length of the knife, and it's magnet, so it just pops right back out. So pretty cool little system. And then the next one up is your more abrasive grit of abrasives. You've got, I see 320. There's a 220, 400, and a 320. And the lower the number, the higher the grit. So if it's 220, that means it's going to be really heavy grit, like really rough. And then you would go to 220, then 320, and then the 400 would be less abrasive. And then you go to the 600s and 800s, those are even less abrasive, more for your polishing and fine adjustment. Then you got your ceramic, which is like your very final polish, and then you get your leather to really put the shine on it, to really knock out any little burrs and stuff. But pretty cool little set. Like I said, I've got a couple of knives that I need to sharpen. So this is everything you get in the set, and it all goes right back into the carrying case. Keep your instructions, because you know you'll need them, or at least I will. I'm always going to keep my instructions. So you can put your abrasives back in here. Slide them in place. And you've got this, your knife holder. You've got this, you got to take apart. Just take some pressure to remove that latch in the back. If you have any hand strength, you can probably do this real easy. There you go. So this goes in here one way, and this lays in, it only goes in one way. And then you latch this back in place and zip it up, and you're ready to go. So I will show you, I'm going to do a knife, like I said. I'm going to probably, I may start with just my pocket knife. I've got a little pocket knife that I've had for just a little while, and it's already gotten dull, so I may do that one first. But anyway, I'll be back to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm not a knife sharpening person, so I've never really used one of these in hand. I've watched them, but I've never watched people on YouTube do it, but I haven't actually done it myself, so we'll see how easy it is to do. Hey, so I have my pocket knife here, and this is all, I put that knife blade in there just so I could, or the knife holder, just so I could see what it's like. So it's got like a thumb screw. You just loosen it up. Like I said, save that little piece of cardboard, because you'll want to put that back in there. I'll put it in the little case. So my knife is, I have never sharpened it, so it's pretty dull, and I don't know what angle it's at. And I could do the angling thing to where you figure out what the angle is using the Sharpie trick, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna literally just go in. I'll probably reprofile mine or re-angle mine at like 20. I can literally see a nick in there. So it probably needs to be completely redone anyway. So you want to put it kind of at the same plane as your knife blade and pinch where the logo is, and then just kind of tighten this up. And the logos are right here on each side. So just kind of pinch that, tighten it up really good and tight, where it's not going to move. And then starts out with a white line at the top. And what's funny is what's a good feature is you can push this thing back in the back. It's kind of hard to push right at first, but you can rotate it and sharpen the other side. So you don't have to sit there and take your knife out and keep doing it. Although it would be pretty easy with the magnets, but you don't have to do that. You just pop it in there, and then when I'm ready to rotate it, I can just do this and rotate it around. So pretty cool. So I'm gonna start, like I said, I need to reprofile this one completely and get the angle changed. So I'm going to start out with a 220, which is the highest grit there is. And again, pop this up into that little hole right there. Without me looking at it, There we go. Pops in there with the magnet. And then we're gonna just basically take it and work it back and forth like 10 strokes across. I'm trying to see where the blade actually starts. It starts right up there next to the thing. So I'm just gonna start. Like I said, I am not a knife sharpener, so I've never really done this before. And you don't want to push, you want to just let it work on its own. And I wonder how many shavings and dust and stuff is going to get on the table. That's what I'm doing on this table, so I can wipe it off. Get that to the side, and then we'll flip it. Yeah, that spring in there is really tough. Tough spring. You want to kind of do it evenly though. But they always talk about a burr. I mean, it feels rough, like the stuff's on there, but I guess a burr would be more when it gets a different level of this. So that's the 220. Let me do the 320. And if you got a longer knife you're trying to tilt, you might have to tilt this back to get it to move. I mean, it's hard to say, you know. It's going to be dull right now because it's not honed in. But I would think that would have taken off enough to take care of that angle. Now we'll do the 400, and I'm just going to slowly like work my way down through the different grits. I'm kind of doing 5 like in one spot, 5 in one spot, and then moving on a little bit more. That's how I'm kind of trying to do it. I do 5 there, 5 here. So the next one should be 600. And I'm doing it at 20 degrees, by the way. And these, I know you don't rub them as often or as hard. Okay. Let's do the, who's the 600, let's go to the 800. Again, I'm not pushing down at all. I'm just letting the weight of the sharpener like pull down. And I'm kind of picking up, I'm only doing it like down the blade. I'm not pushing against the blade. I don't know if it makes a difference, but it just feels better when I'm actually doing it. Make sure I don't forget the end of the line. So one more time. Okay, let's try the ceramic, and it's white, so it doesn't say anything on it, it's just a ceramic polishing. You really don't have to push it all for this. Don't pull that part. Push the button. That spring is really tight, so it's really hard to push it on the back. Okay, the last thing I have is, let me do it one more time on the other side. Just to make sure I'm even. Okay. The last thing you want to do is the leather. And the leather one, it also has this one little ceramic thing for serrated blades. So you can take your serrated blade and like rub that up and down that, and then you've got the leather on the other side. The one thing they were saying, and it makes sense, don't push up against your blade because you'll cut into the leather. You just want to basically, there we go. You basically just want to go down it, and you want to go really lightly. The whole length of the blade. And it kind of just puts that final, like little polish on there. And again, not pushing at all. So if I had a serrated blade, I would take this and turn around and sharpen each little like spot. Cool. Okay. So this should be ready to go. Let's see. Needs to be just wiped off, but it's very shiny. Oh yeah, I can definitely shave hairs with it. Wow. Really, really sharp. Let me see if I can get a piece of paper real quick. Hey, the only thing I had was just like regular notebook paper. Let's see. Oh yeah. Definitely would not have been able to do that before. Cuts paper really good. So definitely works. Now I'm gonna have to try it with my kitchen knives and get them really good and sharp, because a sharp knife's a good knife. Yeah, it's definitely put a new it's a new edge on there completely. It's very shiny. Looks really, really nice. The blade does. So cool. Seems to work really nice. I'm going to start over here because I'm going to sharpen this knife, but this is like one of our worst knives, like right in the middle of the screen. I don't know if it's focusing, but you can see there's a big nick in there. This is the kitchen knife we use probably more than just about any other knife, but it's gotten some age on it, and it's a really thin blade, but I love this knife, but it's got some definite issues with it. So I'm gonna see if I can sharpen this one and let it actually be usable again, to where it's really sharp and actually can cut tomatoes and not mush them. So anyway, I'm gonna get my sharpener set up and we'll give it a try. Okay, I'm all set up. It's in my knife sharpener. I've got the 220 first, because this one's so bad. It's gonna have to be completely reprofiled, and it's a pretty good sized knife. So I'm gonna be going each section. I'm gonna do it like 10 strokes in each section, and like I said, we got to really grind it away. So I'll probably speed this up a little bit, and yeah, we'll see, because you don't want to hear this noise. Switch over to 320. I'm sharpening this to a 17-degree angle. Just to let you know, it's a 17 degree, not 25 or anything like that. It's gonna be 17. Now I'm going to switch over to the 400. Try to do like 5 to 10 on each one for that one. Definitely have a burr. I'm going to switch this over to the, not the, let's see, I want 600. Yeah, I want the 600. Now I'm going to the 800. Last one before the ceramic. Let me do it one more time on this side. I mean on this grit. Now I switch over to ceramic. And this one you just want to barely glide it over the blade. I mean, no pressure at all. It's pretty sharp to me. Let's do the leather. I don't know if you really need to do the leather on this kind of knife or not, but why not? That's probably about as good as I'm gonna get it. Oh yeah, it feels more sharper. The little nick is there is actually, no, the little nick is still in there, but it's not as deep as it was. It feels pretty sharp. Yeah, it's not quite shave hair ready, but it's pretty sharp. Let me, I'll be right back. Okay, I got a piece of paper. Actually, I got two by accident. We don't want two. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if it'll be sharp enough to cut it or not. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. This knife hasn't been that sharp in ages. Now it still catches on that little nick in there. I would really have to cut off a lot of that blade to get that whole nick out of there, because there's no, I mean, I would have to have a grinder or something to, the knife sharpener would have to be like a grinder type that would really take off a lot of material. The good thing about this knife is there's a lot of material to take off. It's a good sized knife, but yeah, definitely sharpen. I love this kit. It's really easy. It just takes time, and you do get like grit on the table, so you'll want to wipe your table off or work at a workbench where you don't care about the little dirt and grit on there, because you will want to wipe it off. I'm into the kitchen table. Works really good. It's really super easy to use. I would 1000% recommend this knife sharpener over those. Like the one I had, I think I mentioned this, the one I had was one of those ones you put on the counter, then it has the little V in there, the ceramic V, and you just kind of put your knife through there. It never worked right for me, and you tilt your knife at different angles, and you can never hold it at one angle, or at least I never could. This is defeats all those, that sharpener completely. My pocket knife, this is like a week, maybe a week and a half later after I did the pocket knife, and I've used the pocket knife a lot, and it's still just as sharp as it was when I sharpened it the first time. So it's really, really nice. And when it starts getting dull, probably what I'll do is just come back to the lighter one and do maybe the 600 or the 800, probably just the 800, and then the ceramic, and then the leather, and it's good to go. You don't have to really, I think the heavier grit, like the 220s, the 400, and the 360, I think, 320. I think those are for more when you need to reprofile the knife, like change the angle, or it's really severely damaged like this kitchen knife was. That's what I think it's more for than just your keep it sharp kind of knife. That's not really for that. The keeping it sharp is the middle one. That's for really changing and drastically changing the angle of your knife and stuff. So overall, really nice kit. If you want, I'll put the link below to where you can click on the Amazon link, and it's an affiliate link. So, you know, if you buy one, I don't know about it, but I might get 10 cents kickback from Amazon. But if you're interested, try it out. I think you'll really, really like it, and it's something you can keep for pretty much forever, because they do sell replacement grit stones. They sell replacements, so once those wear out, like I can see that leather stropping material, I can see it wearing out probably before anything else, so you can always just replace the pieces in there. So, and I think you just replace this whole bar, but I don't know that for sure. You probably just pull this little rubber stopper off and slide it on the end, put it back on, put the rubber thing on there, and that's it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely worth buying if you're interested, and I will catch you next time.